We ain't on there. We ain't on there. Yeah. Yeah. No sweat. Uh, Let me get this live. Let me get this live. Outside. Huh? Cosmik my UV is what? Huh? You say what? Say it with me. Is what? Where they got that motherfucker need to be. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Oh. Woo, 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 woo. More beats coming. Woo, 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 woo. Hope all is well. Abundance, 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 abundance. Peace and abundance. Black women get into the bag. Black women, women, whatever, get into the bag. Let's explore this theory, this myth, or this fact. You feel me? Let's see what it is. Or is it a variety of is it a whole creation of variety that we don't even know it is? Yeah. So let's examine it very closely so we can go ahead and get to the next level of what we need to do in planning and everything. There's no need to keep assuming that certain things are going on because a lot of conversations, some or elevations or whatever lack thereof is emotional driven. You hear me? So let's examine it so we can really get to the core of what needs to be done, and I'll be right back and share, and we're gonna have a little fun. All right. Uh, 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 uh. Mm, 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 mm. Mm, 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 mm. Cosmik my UV. Woo! Damn. Share this out, baby. We're gonna be right back. We sharing it out. We're gonna be right back. No slack. Uh, let's get to this. Let's get to this myth. And if it's a if, ain't it, man? Black women get into the bag, get into the bag. Let's explore this. Let's explore this colloquialism or whatever have you. Get whatever we want to call that. You know what I mean? The mixture of words, how we do that. You know what I'm saying? All right. All right. All right. The phrase, the phrase, quote unquote, getting to the bag, end quote, typically refers to financial success, economic empowerment, or entrepreneurial hustle. When applied to black women, it's often used in media, music, and or social circles to imply that they are making money, leveling up, and securing financial interdependence. However, the reality is more nuanced than just catchy slogans. The reality is more nuanced than just catchy slogans. Where it's true, real progress for black women, educational attainment rising. Black women are one of the most educated groups in the US by enrollment and degree completion. More and entering college and graduate programs, which is a stepping stone towards higher earnings. Entrepreneurship boom. Black women are among the fastest growing groups of entrepreneurs in America. Let's see, many are starting businesses in beauty, wellness, tech, media, and consulting. Visibility in media and influence, from media moguls um, to tech and politics to black women. And black women are making impactful strides. They were saying Kamala Harris, and then Isa Ray, them people or whatever. Social media allows more visibility and branding, making it appear like many are quote unquote winning. Social media allows more visibility and branding, making it appear like many are quote unquote winning. Where it's a myth or propaganda, where it's a myth or propaganda, income inequality, income inequality, despite education, despite education and hustle, the mixture of both of them. Black, copper tone, the original women, the first women of the earth and everything, still earn less. I need y'all. This is a event because I did this show before, so I really need this. And this is not the like, because it's like, when we gonna get to like the reality of what, you know, stuff is. You know what I'm saying? Overall, you feel me? Because that would like, it should calm down like a lot of like disputes and different little unnecessary frivolous arguments, you know what I mean, that's been going on. That's all I'm saying. It says despite education, okay, that's why I told you, that's why we did a show called Education versus Knowledge, because there's a difference, you know what I mean. Of course you can mix the two. Despite education and hustle, okay, black women are still earn less than white men or European men, white women, and even black men on average. On average, many are working hard, however, not accumulating wealth at the same rate. Economic hardship. Let's see, economic hardship. Black women, indigenous, Coppertone, etc., have some of the highest rates of student loan debt. So it seems great that it's the most educated, but then when the small, that's what we call a fine print, or when they say it's a catch to it. However, the cause and effect of it is what? Black women have some of the highest rates of student loan debt, single parenthood, and financial caregiving, quote unquote, supporting family. Okay. High visibility does not reflect majority's financial reality. Let's say that one more time. High visibility does not reflect the majority's financial reality. Okay. Strong, quote unquote, strong black woman, quote unquote, pressure. The narrative often ignores the emotional, physical, and mental toll of constantly grinding. That's why I told you, people say, man, you got to get out here and grind. But man, that means you just wearing yourself down. And you're purposely doing it. So you know what I mean? Anyway, of constantly grinding. It creates a myth. It creates a myth of success that doesn't allow space for vulnerability, rest, or systemic barriers. Okay. So this is why when a lot of different avenues or platforms or whatever you seeing it or whatever you're hearing it from, a lot of men are like, you really want to do it on your own? Like, you don't want somebody to take 50% of what you got going on off of your plate, 30%, 25, 15%. You hear me? So anyway, that's why it's laughable. You hear me? But yeah, let me go and get a little guava on this one. Okay. Number 4, consumerism over ownership. Do you hear this, ladies? Consumerism over ownership. So when Cozmik come through, and I understand that the delivery is how it is. You hear me? I told you, I'm like the Bernie Mac, Richard Pryor, Eddie Murphy, Red Fox mixed together of this shit. You hear me? So I'm quite potent mixed drink. You feel me? So, you know, I'm not everybody's a je ne sais quoi. You hear me? So look, it's consumerism over ownership. A lot of the quote unquote bag chasing, end quote, is tied to what? Branding and consumption, not wealth building. Let's go over that again. A lot of that means making yourself look like you are getting to whatever, when, you know, the getting to the bag quote. Okay, I'm just, because so this should be a reality check for like young girls coming up, or women that are impressionable by other women or other influencers or certain things like that. I tell people often, unless you in a poly relationship or you doing a documentary series on somebody and you just see all of their personal life, fam, you know, anyway, it said it creates a myth. Oh no, no. It says consumerism over ownership. A lot of the quote unquote bag chasing end quote is tied to branding, aesthetics, and consumption, not wealth building. Many are encouraged to look the part, quote unquote, look the part, end quote, rather than owning assets or land. You hear me? All right. So, what's the real answer? Black women are making real moves. However, the quote unquote getting to the bag end quote narrative is often overhyped, glamorized, and not reflective of systemic realities. Okay, that's all we. That's all. This is all Cosmic Mind UV. Is we want to get to all of the, we want to get to the core. We want to get to the truth. We want to get to the proof. We want to get to the accuracy. All that great stuff, fam. So because these are the realities that the sisterhood should be talking about. If the men and women on different relationship platforms, on any of the platforms or whatever show, YouTube or wherever, this is the type of discussions we need to be talking about, babies. But you know why we don't usually get to talk further about it is because most women will individualize themselves and separate themselves from their sisterhood. You feel me? Now I understand, certain behaviors and certain populations. I do understand. However, we talking about economics. You know what I'm saying? So most women would be like, well, that's not me. I be getting to the bag. I. You know what I'm saying? So what we do is we want to look at an overall perspective. You know what I'm saying? Like as a group, just like they did, as compared to European women as a group, compared to European men as a group. Do you see what I'm saying? Okay. However, the getting to the bag, end quote, narrative is often overhyped, glamorized, and not reflective of systemic realities. It risks becoming it risks becoming propaganda when it masks the structural boundaries many black women still face. Better questions to ask: are black women getting wealthy or gaining wealth, not just income? That's a great question, ladies. Are black women gaining wealth, not just income? We should do a show about that. Maybe this will be part two. That'll be part two. Are black women gaining wealth, not just income? That's an excellent question. Who benefits? Oh, here we go. Who benefits from the quote unquote black girl magic, end quote, and getting to the bag, end quote, narrative? Who benefits from those narratives? That's an excellent question, right? So, ladies, ask yourself these things. You hear me? When you're amongst your sister circles and all this other stuff we be doing, what's the cost of chasing the bag? Oh man, what is the cost? What's the cost of chasing the bag without healing, support, or community? Those are excellent questions. Has black women being the most educated led to economic empowerment overall? Great question. And the short answer is no, not entirely. While black women are among the most educated demographic groups in the US, education hasn't fully translated into widespread economic empowerment. See, that's the only thing that be mattering due to several structural systemic boundaries. Progress from education, increased career opportunities for Black women are in leadership roles, healthcare, education, tech, public service. They're making strides in traditional high paying industries, higher incomes compared to less educated peers. On average, Black women with degrees earn more than Black women without them. Education helps reduce income gap within the Black community. Entrepreneurship and leadership. Education has opened doors to business ownership and boards seats and political leadership. Right now, why education alone hasn't led to full economic empowerment? Number one, pay gaps persist. Pay gaps persist. Okay, babies. Black women still earn. I need y'all to really like that this type of stuff. You know, it's got to be said. Okay, it's unfortunate, but it just, you know, it's like when you doing the anger and the mad and saying men did this. It's like what men are doing. What you know what I'm saying? Black women still earn about 64 to 68 cents. Okay, write those numbers down. 64 to 68 cents for every dollar a European man earns, even with similar education. Okay. Student loan debt, 64 to 68 cents for every dollar. Okay. School loan debt. Black women carry the highest student loan burden of any group. Black women carry the highest student loan burden of any group. And guess who owns most of the universities you're going to? But anyway, probably other men from other groups. Anyway, which undermines wealth building. You hear that one? Black women carry the highest student loan burden of any group, which undermines wealth building. So when you, them, they, those, anybody, even the men, whoever, y'all be glorifying getting these fucking degrees, fam. However, yes, that's the micro, but in the major picture, is it really helping the wealth building? That's all. Many are using education to quote unquote get ahead, end quote. However, fall into what? Long-term debt traps. Okay. Lack of wealth accumulation. Education increases income. However, not necessarily wealth. Education increases income. However, not necessarily wealth. Home ownership investments. Home ownership investments and inheritance remain unequal due to systemic racism and historic economic exclusion. Workplace discrimination and glass ceilings. Education doesn't protect Black women from racism, tokenism, or being passed over for promotions or raises. Key stats. As of recent data, as of what? Recent data, Black women hold the highest levels of student debt per capita. Okay. Black households on average have only 10 to 15% of the wealth of European households. So it's just moronic to say we not gonna work together and we we not going to have, and we not gonna lessen the bills. It's not, I told y'all, it's not about bragging. It's not about bragging about how many bills you pay. It's how many bills you are alleviating. You hear me? Not how many you accumulating. I think people be having that shit backwards. It says black, indigenous, copper tone, etc. household on average have only 10 to 15% of the wealth, and then we talking about why is it the wealth gap of European households. That's because you keep wanting to do European activities. And you keep wanting to spend money doing that shit. You hear me? Now, I'm telling you, pimping ain't easy, it's greasy, baby. Black women are more likely to support extended family financially, increasing financial strain. Hold on, y'all. Uh, uh, uh. Okay, let's get back to it. Let's get back to it, man. Um, let's see. Let's see. Let's see. Let's see. Let's see. Y'all heard what I said about them 10 to 15%. Yeah, 10%. Black households on average, have only 10 to 15% of the wealth of European households. That's because what they say, keep up with the Joneses. You hear me? Black women are more likely to support extended family financially, increasing financial strain. Real economic empowerment requires asset building, homes, land, businesses. Get the land first, then do the homes and all the other shit. Financial literacy and investment access, debt relief / reform, policy shifts, and to address wage and hiring discrimination. So while education has brought individual, and then when I be saying most black women, they'll always be individualistic. It is brought individual advancement. It has not yet created widespread economic power for black women as a group. So that's, discussions that melanin, indigenous, copper tone women definitely need to be having some hard talks about, fam. Homegirls, moms, aunties, whoever, nieces, whoever. It's a powerful tool, however, not the full solution without economic equality. When comparing black women to other groups of women economically, we ain't talking about your looks, we ain't talking about your weight, you know what I'm saying? We talking about strictly business, strictly economic, dollars and cents, math, and whatever. You hear me? Economically, a clear pattern emerges. Okay, black women work hard. All right, they love giving you that credit, are highly educated and entrepreneurial, yet still earn and own less. Okay. Okay. So while we keep bragging about all these degrees and all this other shit, I mean, what is it? What is it good for? This is due to a complex mix of racism, sexism, wage gaps, and wealth inequality. So that's what I be saying when people talking about, oh man, we shouldn't be going 50-50 and we shouldn't be, should we help each other out? That shit just be goofy. That shit just be sounding stupid. Super, super, super stupid. Super stupid. Because we about to get into the math right now. This is why it be sounding stupid. Okay? Yet, still earn and own less. This is due to blah, blah, blah. How black women compare to other groups of women. 2024 data. This is 2024 data. You ready? Group of women. European women. Median annual income full-time. 55 to 60K. All right? Asian women, 65K plus. And see, a lot of these other groups of women do what? They break bread with each other. They practice great group economics. They practice nepotism. All of the shows we've done, all of these groups of women, they don't practice individualism. You hear me? Like, I'm just saying. Latina women, 42K to 47K, growing debt, lower on average. It says the Asian women, the debt is lower on the student loan is lower on average. The Latinas growing debt, and then the white European woman is moderate debt. And then it says business ownership, slower growth. It says rising steadily as far as Asian women. Their what is it? Business ownership is rising steadily, and fast growing entrepreneurs as far as the Latinas. Black women, 42,000 to 46,000. Highest in debt, school burden loans. Business ownership growth, fast growing group. Wealth accumulation, lowest median wealth. Ladies, I need you to hear me, babies. Did you hear what I just said? Lowest. This is compared to other women. Forget the men, 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 forget the men. Okay? This is why I keep saying, stop getting distracted. Stop getting distracted. And the only women that black women or indigenous Caucasian women are above, or as far as economically, is Native American women at 40 to 44,000. Student loan debt is moderate though. Business ownership, very limited support. And so y'all need to link with them. Hell, y'all complaining they lower than y'all. What the hell y'all complaining about? When we get into the reality of what shit is and these numbers and these studies, all of the other just opinions and emotionally driven shit got to go out the window in the dumpster. You got to go into the whatever. It says wealth accumulation. It says extremely low wealth. So melanin women, it says lowest median wealth, lowest. Okay. So it's key area of economic comparison. Income. Black women earn less than white or European and Asian women, even with the similar education levels. You hear what I say? Because who usually owns the fucking institutions y'all go to? I keep telling them this type shit. And you think they not gonna hook they women up over you? Come on, babies. Come on, babies. Come on, babies. Often overrepresented in public sector or service jobs. That means it's too many of y'all. which pay less than private sector tech, finance, and or STEM fields. Student loan debt. Black women carry the most student loan debt, over 20% more than European women on average. This undercuts income and delays wealth building like land buying or investing, etc. Entrepreneurship. Black women are the fastest growing group of entrepreneurs. However, their businesses often receive less funding, fewer loans. That means from each other too. You know what I mean? That means from your sisters, that means from each other too, as a group. Less funding, fewer loans, and how many melanin and black women you know work at banks and credit unions and shit like that? Anyway, fewer loans and less investor capital compared to European and Asian women. Okay, wealth. Black women's median wealth is extremely low. In some studies, that's why people say all this, oh, with my opinion. Fuck your opinion when there's studies that's been done, fam. That's what I be saying about that opinion shit. Fuck your opinion. And it's not what Cozmik wants you to believe. No. It's what Cozmik wants you to know. Fuck a belief. We done already told you that over here. Black women's median wealth is extremely low. That means as a whole, not individual accomplishments. If we could just get y'all to grow out of that type of shit, we would get so much further. In studies, close to $0 in liquid assets. Close to $0 in liquid assets. European women benefit from what? Intergenerational wealth. They not here. They ain't overstanding. So not only are most instances melanin women are empowering us as men, their men, whether it be nephews, brothers, or whatever, with the bag and the degrees, y'all are not even empowering each other intergenerationally. Moms, auntie, whoever. Intergenerational, that's what means in that generations of family lineages or whoever they marry into. This is why rites of passage is supposed to be. Not just getting married just because we look good. I keep telling y'all that. European women, and I know a lot of people want to run from shit like this. I mean, but you may as well know. Then we keep having these frivolous, stupid ass arguments, fam. You feel me? So are we so are we having these talks, people? Okay, what do we have? We got some comments coming in. Let me get the throat chakra a little, let's shift. Empress starts and you fall no matter where. Ah. All right, here we go. Here we go. Let's flow. It it's messed up. The ladies that we are trying to be, ain't it, man? Because we gotta understand when we say they sold you the European dream, baby. Huh? Huh? Whether it was from the 60s, wherever you came into this dimension, you came into the 60s. I came in the end of the 70s, going into the 80s. That's right when the crack and it was in peak form. I'm talking about it was rolling. You know what I mean? Woof! The pimps, the everything. I'm talking about it was everything. It was everything. So yeah. State that we are trying to be reduced to. That's why we need our own, from our own support, our own. We need to rebuild so that we can start practicing nepotism. Excellent perspective. Empress Star, take you far no matter where you are. She got some shows coming up. You know what I'm saying? And who you with Wednesdays? Who you with Wednesdays? She got some shows coming up. So yeah, I'll be, listening in through here for those that's coming up. And ladies, look, babies, we gotta talk about the stuff that's gonna irritate you, honey. Because I mean, that's why we keep dwelling in opinions, fam, and not the shit. This is studies, man. This ain't cause Cosmic want you to know, fam. This is the shit. That's what it is, man. And them, they, those, keep going against the melanin man, my nigga. And that some of that energy needs to be directed towards these other groups of motherfuckers. Is all I'm saying. In different shapes, forms, and facets. Gratitude for the participation, different stuff. Now, it says European women benefit from intergenerational wealth. So mama, niece, auntie, cousins, girl cousins, when y'all be arguing about I ain't gonna do this, I ain't gonna help you get it yourself, fam, that is literally poor people talk, fam. That's literally peasant ass talk. So when Cosmic be using that peasant word, don't get upset, alright? So look, benefit from intergenerational wealth, family, assets, inheritance, which means what? The shit they family left them and gave them a head start. So while melanin women and moms and whoever, aunties or whoever, is yelling at, get it yourself, get it out the mud like I did, get it off the streets like I did, get it off laying on your back like I did, whatever they saying. You feel me? These other women ain't. This is why they're ahead. Which black women were historically denied, but then that's a lot of their own individual faults, ain't it? Cost of living and family support. Look, watch this. Many black women are single, heads of households, supporting children or extended family alone. But then they don't want to do no poly. But anyway, this ain't that type of show. Higher financial pressure plus lower support equal what? Economic strain. So once again, for you to be arguing with somebody that's coming in, or multiple people that's coming in saying they're going to take 25% off of your plate, 10% off of your plate, 15%, 17.5 of whatever strain, responsibility, whether it's economically, whether it's emotionally, whether it's mentally, whether it's physically, whether it's whatever. It is moronic to be arguing about shit like that. Even if your bag is up, you still have areas that you would like to be more, have more functionality, and run a lot more smoothly and easily. Why the disparity? Racism plus sexism, wage discrimination plus fewer promotions. That means women, melanin women in high positions aren't promoting each other either. So if you are doing that job shit, you're not promoting somebody that look like you on more of a regular basis. Of course, they have to be qualified skill. Train motherfuckers. OJT. Um, Lack of generational wealth from whoever subscribed to slavery, segregation, redlining, and economic exclusion. Also, just not doing any nepotism amongst each other, not practicing group economics amongst each other. I mean, that's just what it is. You hear me? Predatory financial systems, payday loans, debt traps, okay, cultural expectations of financial caretaking for family and final takeaway. Black women contribute powerfully to the economy and often outperform in hustle and education. However, they're systemically paid, underfunded, and underserved. And percentage of that is on y'all. You hear me? It's got to be responsibility and accountability goes around. You hear me? We got to spread it around because it's more women than men. So hey, we got to take some of this responsibility. Overall overview: Black women, indigenous Kamatoni, the original first women, education and economic power. Despite popular narrative that Black women are quote unquote getting to the bag, and quote, the full reality is far more complex. Okay, my bad. Let's get on down. Okay, here we go. Okay, are Black women helping close the Black wealth gap? Yes. However, with serious limitations. Yes, Black women are contributing to closing the wealth gap. Black women are doing more than ever before to uplift themselves. Their efforts matter greatly in the fight against racial inequality. Ways Black women are helping close the wealth gap, education, and career advancement. Black women are excelling in college degrees, certification. See, we have to understand that it's almost like a backhanded compliment. We have to understand it because we just said we got the highest student loan debts though. So it be seeming like it be seeming like it's sounding great, but then it's like, damn, they got the highest debt. Yeah. So it's like, certifications. I'd rather you have those than degrees, certification. You have less time and energy, and you can just get certification way faster. A lot of these shit you can get online by the way. And professional training. They are increasing their earning potential, which positively impacts household income and economics. Entrepreneurship. Black women are the fastest growing group of Black women owners in the U.S. Businesses create jobs, services, and generational opportunity, all crucial for wealth building. Home ownership and investment. More Black women are investing in real estate, stocks, and side hustles to build wealth. Many are leading the charge to financial literacy, budgeting, and long-term planning. Community support. Black women often provide support to the family and serve as financial leaders in their communities. They play a major role in circulating money within Black-owned spaces, buying Black, building Black brands. Okay, y'all ready? It's the positives. Y'all ready? We got the duality coming. However, these effects are not enough alone. Despite all of this, Black wealth as a whole, is still declining. So that's why I said all of that great stuff. Black wealth as a whole is still declining. And we're gonna do a show about black wealth as a whole. Everybody. It don't matter who you are, where you are, whatever you are, or stagnant compared to European wealth. Black women face systemic obstacles that limit the impact of their individual success. There's discrimination, higher student loan, student debt burdens. That's something you can control. Lack of capital access for business growth, lower rates of inheritance and asset transfer. You can control that as well. So that's beyond your control in those instances. However, you know what I'm saying? We gotta have that startup money. Single parent financial strain. The real problem, right? The system, not the effort. Black women are doing their part and more. However, individual hustle can't and won't fix structural racism. You hear me? Without massive shifts, you hear that? Massive shifts in housing policy, student loan reform, pay equity, um, investment in black businesses, reparations, or wealth distribution. Their efforts alone can't or won't close the racial wealth gap. Final thought, black women are leading. However, they shouldn't have to carry the burden of closing a gap created by centuries of oppression alone. They are building the foundation. However, the system must change for true wealth equality to be possible. Which, I mean, good luck waiting on that. That's all I'm gonna tell you. Good the fuck luck waiting on that. So, melanin women control a whole lot of the way the money is circulated, whether it's dudes tricking on them or they tricking off their own goddamn dollars. So melanin women can control a whole lot of the goddamn spending they doing and spending habits they doing by, circulating and creating more industries, fields, and empowering your men, your sons, your nephews, your whoever, your male friends. Okay. Are black women getting bagged and empowered? This is a big question. This is a deep sensitive question. It deserves an honest, balanced response. You ready? Some black women are absolutely getting empowered. Shit. Many black women are supporting black men emotionally, financially, and socially, building businesses and their partners in as co-leaders or collaborators. I would love to see that raising sons, mentoring young males, and investing in leadership potential of black men and youth, standing beside black men active. There are countless examples of creation, love, and empowerment between black women and men. However, there is also tension, shit, sometimes going against each other. Some of the division stems from trauma, trust, and systemic interference, mass incarceration, poverty, media stereotypes, miscommunication, and wounded roles, where both black men and women feel unsupported or misunderstood. Social narratives pushing the idea of independence as opposition, pushing social narratives, the idea of independence as opposition instead of partnership. A culture where some women feel they must, quote unquote, do it all alone, and some men feel emasculated or excluded. This doesn't mean black women are intentionally going against black men. It's often it's the result of historical pain, systemic pressure, and survival mode, not betrayal. So when we gonna get past that, like it should be way more knowledge out this shit by now. It should be figuring that shit out by now. Reality check. It's not one or the other. Real issue isn't are black women empowering black men. The deeper truth is are black men and women being empowered empowered to support each other. Love, economics, and shared vision. Shared vision. You hear that? Shared vision. You shouldn't even be dating or courting or in love or dating if you don't have shared vision, shared whatever, shared economic values, shit like that. You shouldn't even be when it's poly, mono, whatever. Are we working through the pain together or letting the system keep us apart? That is a great question that all of us need to ask amongst each other. First one is, are black men and women being empowered to support each other? Love, economics, and shared visions. Final insight. Many black women are quick to get to the bag and vote. However, empowerment is most powerful when it's collective. It's collective, not individual. You hear what I said, ladies? Comprehend what I said. I don't want you to hear it. Comprehend that shit. Many black women are getting to the bag. We know that shit in hope. However, empowerment is most powerful. Most powerful. It's collective, not individual. The real goal should be black women and men winning together, not at each other, not at each other's expense. Ain't it, man? Black women's consumerism and other groups, how it's affected etc. as a whole. This is a crucial and often overlooked topic. This is a crucial and often overlooked topic. Black women's consumer habits, especially in relation to other racial and corporate groups, have major cultural, psychological, and economic consequences, both positive and negative, for the black community as a whole. Black women's consumer power, real and recognized. Black women are among the highest spending consumer demographics in America, especially in. So yes, they're gonna always cater to y'all. So a lot of this, we need to rise up and and go against the system. A lot of this shit gonna have to do with a lot of the spending that women do, babies. And y'all don't want to hear that shit. It says highest spending consumer demographics in America, especially in beauty and hair, lashes, nails, wigs, extensions, all that shit. It says 7+ billion. Did you hear that? 7+ billion yearly, ladies. That's just over beauty and hair, my niggas. And we know majority of y'all don't own no motherfucking hair salons, no boutiques, and none of that shit. Just off of you wanting to look like some other motherfucker. 7+ billion yearly. Are you ladies talking about that in your sister circle? This fucked up ass spending, fashion and luxury, food, health, and wellness. You notice that's low. Media and entertainment, brands and corporations actively target black women because of their what? Loyalty, trend-setting power, and cultural influence. So even then, stop asking why they catering and brown nosing and all that shit. They know they gonna eat up the shit. They gonna say whether it's the church shit, whether it's any of that shit. And they gonna be loyal to that shit in a lot of instances. And they gonna set trends to that shit. And they gonna influence other women to do that shit. Whether it's good for them or not. It's healthy for them. Where the dollars go? Where's the dollars going? Outside the community. Despite high spending, despite high spending, most of the money black women spend, ready, does not go to black owned businesses. Did you hear that, black ladies, women, copper tone, indigenous, the first women, and all this other shit? Despite high spending, that means you blowing money. Oh, you spending the money. Most of the money black women spend does not go to black owned businesses. Industries like hair slash beauty are often dominated by non-black, Asian, Arab, and European owners. So not so not only are you buying up all that shit, you don't even have enough whatever to just say I'm gonna start our own businesses. But then you gotta go buy from them because they've been owning all the shit for so long. Luxury and fashion benefit what? White and European brands. Luxury and fashion benefit white and European brands. Healthcare and food are often owned by large corporations, not black entrepreneurs. This means black women are fueling. I need y'all to hear this type of stuff, ladies. Because I know y'all in the y'all seats, you think somebody being hard on you, baby. But this is just the reality of what it is, my lord. Huh? I'm telling you now. I mean, what y'all want? Y'all want me to cupcake this shit for you, baby? I vegan cupcake it for you. This means black, indigenous, copper tone, the first women that was here, you hear me, that created men, black men, and all that shit. This means black women are fueling the wealth of other groups. Fueling the wealth of other groups. We ain't gonna get on the church. Because I didn't even get over there yet. You feel me? I ain't get over there yet. The black women's economic drain to the church. While black owned businesses struggle to survive. The cost of consumerism on the black community. Economic drain. Damn, what do Cozmik keep saying economic drain? Why he keep saying that? The first thing he says, economic drain. Only 2%, write that down in your brain. Only 2% of black consumer dollars circulate within the black community. I need to let all you niggas, because we think we tell generational wealth, the black dollar. Fam, only 2% of black consumer dollars. That means whatever you are consuming, it don't fucking matter what it is circulated within the black community. Only 2 fucking percent. This creates a cycle of what? Low community reinvestment, fewer black owned jobs, slower generational wealth growth. So we keep saying the wealth gap, we doing it to ourselves. In so many different facets. It's fucking retarded at this juncture. And for us to want to want to be coddled through this shit is I mean, I gotta laugh at that shit. That shit is laughable. Emotional and psychological impact. We already don't start off with no inheritance, majority of us, in a startup fund and shit like that. Emotional and psychological impact. We gonna do all, we covering it all. Consumerism is often driven by what? Trying to look the part. Respectability, beauty standards. Escaping systemic trauma through retail therapy. Status, competition, or quote unquote soft life, because you hear women, a lot of women say that shit too, either soft girl era, soft life, quote unquote aesthetics promoted online. You hear that? This can lead to what? Debt, over dependency on material validation, over dependency on material validation, lack of long term wealth strategy, the influence of other groups profit, other communities profit from black women's pain. So yes, please. This is why I need y'all to please understand this shit. Look, this is how good this pimping is. I'm gonna show you how good this pimping is. Other communities profit off your what? Black women's what? Pain. They profit off your pain, bitch. Oh, I apologize. I said I wasn't gonna do that. I apologize. My niggas, they profit off your pain. So yeah, they gonna keep promoting Tyler Perry goofy ass. Yeah, man. They profit off of your pride. This says they profit off of other communities. I need y'all to understand this pimping, baby. The black man ain't profiting off of your shit. Other community, but they swears the black man just profiting so much off of black women. They would swear we just stringing black women out so much. Other communities profit off from black women's pain, pride, and your power. Oops. Many non-black store owners don't reinvest in black communities. No shit. Even black store owners don't reinvest. Some even express anti-black bias, which they're practicing nepotism and ethnic group or economic exclusivity, while still relying on black customers. Some even express anti-black bias while still relying on your dollars to make them holler. While black women spend billions, they often don't have equity in the industries they keep alive. Let's say that one more time, babies. For you church women in the back, for you Christian chicks, for you spiritual chicks, for you 304s, for you whores, for you whatever. While black women spend billions, they often don't have equity in the industries they keep alive. Ain't that some shit? Signs of change and empowerment. More black women are now starting black-owned beauty, wellness, and clothing brands, promoting by black movements, practicing financial literacy and investment. I really hope I see a very huge increase in that, supporting black men's businesses and community cooperatives. Final thought, black women's spending power is real. However, it's been weaponized against their own economic freedom. Until more black dollars are intentionally redirected into black-owned businesses, land, institutions, and cooperative wealth, consumerism will continue to empower other groups more than your own. So that means through Christmas, your weddings, y'all birthdays, y'all got to celebrate all the fucking time. All of that bullshit. So that's why I be saying it be fake when y'all be talking that generational wealth shit. It be fake when y'all be talking all of this empowerment shit. Because it don't be more than likely going on when we do the studies. It don't more than likely be going on when we do the studies. And the data that's been presented, and it's right there for you to go look at it too. Last thing, we out of here. Hold on. Yeah. I said the black church's effect on black women's economic growth. This is a deeply important and layered topic. The black church has historically been a central institution in black life, especially black women who often make up the majority of membership. So when I say y'all, when I say me, them, they, those, most black women men are forced to go to that shit. Okay. It says who often make up the majority of membership, giving and leadership informally. However, when it comes to economic growth, the black church's role has been both empowering and limiting for black women, where the black church has empowered black women economically, leadership, and organizational skills. Many black women develop leadership, speaking, teaching, and management skills through church roles, choirs, events, fundraising, administration. These skills translate into business entrepreneurship and community organizing, networking, and community support. The church provides connections, referrals, and emotional encouragement that help some women grow personally and professionally. Some churches offer jobs, fairs, businesses, spotlights, etc. Moral and mental resilience, spiritual teachings uh, can help black women survive economic stress, injustice, hardship. Church offers a sense of identity, purpose, and dignity. Okay, that's if they're not, preaching the white daddy, sky daddy. Where the black church has hindered the black woman's economic growth, where it has hindered excessive financial giving, quote unquote, tithes and offerings, quote unquote. So while they empowering you one way, they pimping your ass the other. Quote unquote, tithes and offerings. Many black women consistently, and my earth mother was fucking one of them, and my aunties and the motherfuckers, consistently tithe 10% or more of their income. So when I say you obedient and you breaking bread with other men, you breaking bread with the pastor, you breaking bread in Sky Daddy name, but you ain't gonna break bread with the dude you living with and fucking before you married. Anyway, look, tithe 10% or more of their income, often to who? To who? Pastors. Who does the income go to? Pastors. So don't tell me you ain't loyal to another man, baby. And buildings with no direct return on investment. Did you hear that? So tell me that ain't pimping. With no direct return on investment. So we're going to the pastor and his building. Ain't it, man? And look, most of the time his building is already paid for, but man, I ain't even get into that. Some churches pressure women. Watch this. Some churches pressure women to give while ignoring their financial struggles, because they're gonna tell you that Jesus talk about that he gonna give it back to ya. Keeping them in cycles of poverty and dependence. Quote unquote prosperity gospel, end quote, trap. The prosperity gospel trap, end quote. Some churches teach that faith not financial planning, will bring wealth. Faith, not financial planning, will bring wealth. This can delay financial literacy, investing, or business development in favor of waiting on quote unquote blessings or miracles, end quote. See, that's what I'm telling you. Pimping ain't easy as greasy, baby. Patriarchal structures. While black women dominate church attendance and giving, men still often control the what? Pulpit decisions and finances. This means black women power the church, however, rarely get empowered through it financially. And then you make your man go and give up his money. God damn. And you expect men like me or other men not to be mad at shit like that? Mm, 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 mm. Mm, 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 mm. Emotional labor without the economic return. Black women are often expected to serve endless for free. Cleaning, cooking, organizing, fundraising. The church often praises their sacrifice. However, doesn't build systems that make them owners, investors, or wealth creators. The bigger picture, church versus community wealth. Church wealth versus community wealth. Many black churches have collected billions or whatever have you over decades, billions. Yet the surrounding communities remain underdeveloped, poor, and underserved. But y'all be in the mega churches, fam. Y'all be in that shit like a motherfucker. Whew. My fault. Some mega churches are more like corporations. Corporation. That means they're nation. Some mega churches are more like what? Corporations. That means businesses y'all going to so you can get psychologically indoctrinated and pimped for your dollars every Sunday. And sometimes during the week doing Bible study and all that other bullshit. By way of your Bible. You gotta love it. You gotta love this pimping. That's why you can't be mad at it. And you got to wake up out of being pimped. You got to stop being the trick and the hoe. Some mega churches are more like corporations than community builders, with pastors, which is usually men, with pastors wealthy while church members struggle. So I'm going to say this again, my babies. How you got your men, whether they're your husbands or a different variety of your men, your man, your husband, your whatever, and you taking him to pay for another man to basically psychologically fuck you over. Black women are often the economic backbone of these institutions. However, the wealth doesn't trickle down. There go that joint. Trickle down effect. Back down. It doesn't. You don't see none of that money, baby. So you don't even have a return on your investment. Then you wonder why men get mad when we put money into you and say, "Where's the return on our investment?" See, Talk to me, baby. Talk to me, baby. You a pretty little baby. Hey, man, this is some good ass pimping. I mean, I'm just saying, it really is. The shift happening now. More black women are questioning traditional church structures. I don't know. Starting spiritually rooted businesses, healing, coaching, holistic health. Now that's probably true. Choosing community-based giving over endless tithing. Calling for churches to invest in real economic programs land, co-ops, and education. They need to be saying gardens and community gardens and all of that great stuff, farmers markets and all of that. Anyway, final insight: the Black church has nurtured Black women's spirit, however, often neglected their wallets. Oops. Until so, why don't you hold the church accountable like a lot of women be holding a lot of men saying you gotta make a certain, you gotta do all of this and that. Why don't you get that same demands to them the men behind that pulpit that's pimping? Until churches shift from just collecting the economically, to just collecting to economically empowering, they risk continuing to spiritually comfort while economically limiting the very women who keep what them alive. Do 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 do. And that's the show for today, y'all, man. Empress Star coming through this week. But who you with Wednesdays? That's coming through. I'm the co-host over there. I'm gonna still be bricking your ass up. And yeah, ladies, this is just the ultimate reality, baby. And so there's no need in keep talking about doing no shadow work and all of this other stuff you be talking about if we not gonna actually address the shit that's going on. So peace and abundance. Hope all is well. Peace and abundance. We might do another show later. And guess what? Cause mind your feet.